Okay, so it is Thursday, June 19th, and it's like 7:45 in the evening. Um, so my husband went to take my son out for a little bit. Um, should have put him in his PJs before he left. I wasn't thinking. I think I'll tell him his PJs are in the car. Anyway, they're going for a little father-son time because he kind of got off work late, and our son has been missing him all day. So they're gonna hang out for a bit. And he'll probably bring him home around 8:30, so it'll be time for him to go to bed. Anyway, I figured, you know what, let me just make a little video and do my postpartum cart. So it's still disorganized. I haven't organized it, so I think I'm just gonna do that while I make a video. Okay, so there was a little more sunlight today. Tonight actually it just got cloudy and dark all of a sudden, right before I started recording this video. But it was like super sunny and bright, and then so I don't know, it's kind of dark, and I don't want to turn on all the lights in the house because it's still very hot. But I'm just going to, I don't know, probably just quickly show my cart. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of dark. Okay, so this is what I have going on right now. As you can see, it's like not really organized that well. I have my pump stuff at the top. I didn't even really take this out of the bag, only because if my toddler sees it, he's gonna just press on the buttons and keep messing with it. But I got this Spectra. This is new. It's not the one I had last year. I had the other version that isn't rechargeable, and I only got that one with my other pregnancy because it was free. This one was like $75 after insurance, but anyway, I have all my pump parts here, so I gotta get this organized. And then this is all my postpartum stuff down here. And so this is what I was talking about. I have these bins in here, and it's actually really hard to pull out, and I don't like them. So I have my I think this is my Perry bottle. Let's see. Yes. This is the Perry bottle. And then I have my cups, medicated cooling pads. This actually is the nipple cream that should be with the breast pump stuff. And then this is just my belly wrap for postpartum. So I'll tell the baby I'm going to use this. And then the extender that goes with it. So I just stuck it here. And then I have all my little pads to wear. I have more of them, but I just kind of just put a few in here. Honestly, these are probably going in the bathroom. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out how this is going to be set up. I guess I can just push the cart around the house and in the bathroom when I need to change. And then down below is the baby stuff. This cart, I realized the shelves are not the same height apart. This one actually has more room, the bottom one, because I can pull this out super easy, no problem. But this is just baby stuff: diapers, wipes, onesies, PJs, her outfit for when she comes, for just like her pictures, I guess, if I do some pictures of her. And then I just have blankets, and I have some washcloths here. I'm gonna get the bibs washed. I did buy the bibs that I got yesterday. I have to wash those. That will go down there, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I need a bigger cart. I kind of regret that I didn't get something bigger, but I feel like the other ones I saw were smaller than this. So I don't know what cart other people are getting. They're able to fit so much stuff into them. But I am gonna order some cups because I do want some snacks up here. I think I'll do that. Otherwise, I might just not use this for the pump and put the pump on like a table or something by the bedside, because it's not like I need it in the cart. I don't really need it in there. Oh, and I have my hot gun stuff. So I gotta open this up, organize that. I have milk bags. I also have to get those pulled out. And oh, I have these. These are the pads. So I have pads as well, because these are disposable. Postpartum, like underwear, whatever they call it. And I have another bag of those. And then I have these, which I don't know. I've had these for a while. They're just like the refreshing cloths. I don't know if I don't know. Anyway, I have these. I don't really know if I'd use them, but they're there. And then I went to Target today and I got some bins, which I'm thinking of using those instead for organizing, because this is a little too high. I got that and that. So I really need to organize and kind of get everything put together. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And then, so just kind of show you guys my snacks, because I do have a little snack basket for basically for labor. This is for labor, but I don't think I would eat everything in the bag or in the basket. So I'm going to, you know, have some for postpartum. I just put some coconut water in here. I don't really like coconut water, but I googled and they said this was like the best for I mean, coconut water is good for hydration when you're in labor because of the electrolytes. And then just some nuts, trail mix, protein bars. These are more like protein granola bars. I do have some protein bars, but I'll pull those out later. And then I have some beef sticks. Actually, I got these on sale. They had like a sale, and you guys probably get these ads all the time. The Facebook was running the ads for them, and they had a huge sale, better than the sale they have now. I think I got 30 sticks, and each one was like $1 or 50 cents. I don't know. It was pretty cheap. The discount they have now is not as cheap as it was when I got them, but they gave me like a bunch of different flavors, and I've eaten most of them. This is all I had left, so I'm like, I don't think I need a bunch. And I have a new hook. I showed you guys those yesterday, but now I need a bigger basket because this basket's too small. So I think my sacks are going to go in that basket, and I'm going to take everything out. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and organize my stuff, and then hopefully I can get it looking neat and easier to kind of manage. So it is Saturday, June 21st, and my toddler is taking a nap. My husband went to work, so I'm just sitting here in the house trying not to sweat too much because we don't have central air. We have to put these window air conditioning units in our air conditioning units in our windows, and they're kind of old. So the only place in the house that's really cool is the kitchen, because that one works really well. And whatever one my husband put into the living room is not really creating much air. So I have a big, huge fan, box fan in there that is generating some more air, but it's hot. It's like 90 degrees today. And a few hours ago, my husband and I took our son on a picnic. We did a little picnic lunch at a park by our house, and they played in the yard, and I sat in a little lawn chair and just like chilled for a bit. It was hot, but like there was a really nice breeze that made it okay, and I sat like in a shaded area. But I told my husband, I'm like, I'm at the point in this pregnancy where I really don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be outside. And I love being outside. I absolutely love being outside. And pre-pregnancy me would not mind the heat. Wouldn't mind the heat. Could stand it. Humidity too, like just not bothered. But I'm like, ugh, I just feel sticky, sweaty, just gross. I feel gross and tired, and my feet are like swelling up. I think in my other video I kept saying my feet weren't swelling up, that they were just getting puffy. It's puffy, swelling up, it's the same thing. I don't know why I was saying that. It's kind of weird, but I think I was trying to distinguish between the fact that I don't have preeclampsia. That's not why my feet are swelling, but anyway, still swollen feet, and probably gonna stay that way until the end of this pregnancy. And I am ready. I'm ready for my little girl to come into the world. I think I'm a little delusional. I'm really like, there's no way I'm going to 40 weeks. There's just no way. Had my first super early, and I'm like thinking I'm gonna have a June baby and not a July baby. Like, I'm convinced that she's going to be born in June. But I'm thinking like, she's probably in my womb like, Mama, I'm nothing like my brother. You're just going to have to wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Like, I want her to come. If my water broke tonight, I'd be so happy. I'm gonna be literally jumping for joy when my water breaks and like I'm in active labor. Whatever amount of pain I'm experiencing is gonna be overshadowed by the joy, the sheer joy that I'm going to have, that finally she's coming and I'm done with like being pregnant. I said my first pregnancy, it was enjoyable, and I always say, like, because I only made it to 28 weeks, I don't even know what the third trimester was like. I kept saying that to people, because people would always ask me, oh, you know, people would always tell me how they didn't like being pregnant. I have a lot of people that have told me that. They actually hated being pregnant. And I just couldn't relate, because I'm like, I had a pretty easy pregnancy with my first. This pregnancy actually has been relatively easy. I think it's the end when I'm down to like that last few weeks of just like, I'm ready to be done. And I think I've mentioned like my little complaints about the third trimester, but honestly, really, it's not that bad. It hasn't been that bad for me. I just want to get pregnant again and let my third trimester go through the whole summer like this. I don't know. I mean, we tried to get pregnant sooner than I wanted to have a spring baby. I actually did want to have a spring baby so that I could enjoy the summer with her already being born. But who wants to breastfeed in the summer either? I don't know. I think I'm a little delusional about that as well. Breastfeeding in the summer. I did that with my first pregnancy, and it wasn't too bad for me, honestly. Yeah, I don't remember having any complaints about breastfeeding in the summertime with my first pregnancy, or first baby. But yeah, I am making myself like dinner. I'm making this kale quinoa salad that I absolutely love, that they used to have it at Panera Bread. Sorry, I just keep looking back because the camera to watch my son is behind me, and he's old enough to get out of bed and come out of the room on his own, but I think he likes when I come. I always like to be there when he wakes up, or come into the room when he wakes up, so he feels like, you know, if he's still kind of tired, he likes me to pick him up and hold him and carry him out of the room. And a lot of times he'll just sit on the bed waiting for me. Sometimes he might cry a little bit. But anyway, so I'm making this quinoa kale salad that I first had at Panera Bread. So my mom was huge into eating at Panera Bread. Like, I think that was maybe one of her favorite like lunch places, because whenever I'd go see her, sometimes we'd go out. It was very, very rare, honestly, but her suggestion for like lunch would be Panera Bread. And this was years ago, so many years ago, that we went to Panera Bread and I ordered that. I mean, it was so many years ago, I think it was back when I was plant-based. And I ordered this quinoa salad without chicken, because I think they would put chicken in it. So now I eat it with chicken, grilled chicken. So good. It's like the best salad. So good. Like, I really enjoy it. And so I was kind of craving it. And I bought all the ingredients like days ago and I haven't made it. So I'm making the quinoa now. And once it's done, I will put it together. And it should be ready by the time dinner comes around. So it's just my son and I having dinner together tonight. He might eat the salad. He's actually not a picky eater. I wanted to kind of do like a video about like what it's been like raising him as a toddler and kind of like what I've been doing. because I don't know if other people are doing the same, other moms do the same. We don't do TV time, which I have nothing against parents who let their toddlers and children watch TV. That's your choice. Personally, for us, it's not something that we want to implement into his routine or his life right now. So we don't do that. So yeah, I was thinking of doing a video kind of talking about that. I don't know if it would like be something interesting to share for people watching YouTube, other mothers. That'd be more for like, less for me, more for like other people who are watching that have toddlers and are first time moms. But he is very smart. He speaks very well for his age, like very well. He had his last developmental appointment like a month ago, and he's like 6 months ahead of his actual age. So as opposed to the adjusted age, they were going by the adjusted age for a while when he was born, where they basically adjust the age based on his due date because he was born early. But they stopped doing that when he turned 1, because he actually had caught up to his age at 1, and then he's just skyrocketed. To me, I'm like, he's awake. Hi. So it's Tuesday, June 24th, and it is almost 3:30. My little one is taking a nap right now. He didn't sleep well last night. He is having some pain, or not pain, he has a rash in his little area, and the diaper rash cream is not helping. It doesn't look like diaper rash. I'm not really sure what it is. It's a little bit of redness. So I thought I scheduled an appointment with his pediatrician for today, but realized it's not until Monday. That was the next available appointment that they had in their system, and I couldn't find anyone that he could see sooner than that. So I'm waiting it out. I mean, he's only been complaining about it since last night. He complained about it a little bit today, that it hurt. It breaks my heart because I don't want him to be uncomfortable or in any pain. And we had sized him up in his diapers, so I know it's not the diaper, but I think that with the sweating and being outside a lot, it being summertime, that he might just have a little bit of irritation down there, and it's just gonna have to resolve itself. So I actually switched him from wearing diapers today to wearing undies, and I'm hoping, well, I put a diaper back on him for his nap, so when he wakes up, I'm gonna switch him back to the undies because he's not potty trained. But hopefully this will be a chance to potty train him, because I've been procrastinating on doing that, and I've wanted him to be potty trained before the baby got here. I just haven't had the time because we're not in the house long enough for me to keep him in undies. We're just not in the house long enough. It's summertime, and I was trying to do it before the weather got really nice, and unfortunately was not able to do that. So maybe this will be the day, because it's raining today, it's cloudy, and it's gonna be raining for the next 2 or 3 days. So I feel like we'll be inside a little bit more, and I don't have to run any errands. I ran errands today, so I don't have to run any errands tomorrow. So we'll be in the house today, tomorrow, unless my husband gets home from work tomorrow, unless he wants to do something. But other than that, yeah. So I am exhausted. I didn't get to do any of my but labor exercises. I did a little bouncing on the ball, which I don't really think I need to keep doing. I don't know if you're supposed to keep doing it all the way till the baby comes. Like what's it called? Those giant exercise balls. There's like little workouts and things you can, not workouts, but little exercises you can do. She's pretty low. I can feel her like every day. She's pretty low. But we're actually officially 38 weeks today. I've been making all of my updates on Wednesday, saying like this is the new start of a new week of pregnancy, but actually that starts on Tuesday. So I'm actually 38 officially 38 weeks today. So every video I've done, I was like a day after. And that's only because I have an app that I have been using that calculated my due date as July 9th. However, when I went to my OB for my 8-week appointment, they actually had me for July 8th as the due date. That's what they came up with from like the ultrasound and everything. And so I didn't update the app. I forgot. Completely forgot. It wasn't until I had a conversation. Oh, I'm having a little cramp. Wasn't until last week I was talking to my midwife because I switched from having an OB or going with my OB to switching to going to a birthing center. And so I didn't realize, I mean, I've realized it because I've like questioned it a couple times and they didn't really change anything in the system, but they had my due date for July 11th. So every time I go to my appointment, we wouldn't always talk about what week I was. And I think one of the midwives mentioned, she's like, oh, you're so weeks pregnant today. And I'm like, no, I'm actually a couple of days further along than that. And she said, oh, well, this we have in our records. And I'm like, it's just a couple days, whatever. So I didn't make a big deal out of it at all. And it wasn't until I had the midwife appointment 2 weeks ago where they came to the house and I was talking to the midwife and I was telling her, like she mentioned, like, oh, she was like, oh, you're almost at 36 weeks. I'm like, no, I'm actually at 36 weeks to yesterday. I'm 36 weeks and a day pregnant. And she was like, oh, that's not what we have in our records though. And I said, well, how do you guys calculate? Like, where are you getting it from? Are you getting it from something I told you? Because I have, from my calculations, from like when I ovulated, because I'm pretty positive when I ovulated. And I said the app that I use, that I've been tracking my period with for forever, keeps like record of how long my cycles are. And they said that they had my cycle as being longer or something. I don't remember what it was, which is true. And then they were like, she's looking at my records and stuff. She's like, oh, because the only reason why it's important is because I couldn't, if I had the baby before 36 weeks, I would have to go to the hospital. So every little day matters, right? Every little day matters. And that was the day she had come to visit, and I was having those intense, consistent Braxton Hicks contractions that I wasn't sure if I was in labor or not. So they didn't get any of my scans for my 8-week appointment. So they were like, oh, we never got any of that from from your OB. We requested it twice and they never sent it. So so anyway, I just sent them screenshots, pictures, because I had them on my phone. And then she updated it to what my OB had calculated, OB's office had calculated. So due date is technically July 8th. I'm still just going with July 9th, whatever. It's just a day. Just a day off. But if they're a day earlier than me, that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm just not changing anything because I already started tracking. And I already mentally have that every Wednesday is a new week for me, and I'm not going to adjust. But today is technically, officially, 38 weeks. So we are just patiently waiting. It's like watching a pot boil when you are in that last stretch of pregnancy, and it's almost like time to have the baby. I feel like every single day I'm just like, not anxious, but just like anticipating. Like, is this the day? Every time I have a Braxton Hicks contraction, that's really intense. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this it? Like, is this it? And Braxton Hicks contractions are so annoying because it's like, you're just waiting to figure out if this is an actual labor contraction or Braxton Hicks, and then it ends up being a Braxton Hicks contraction, and I'm like disappointed. So my husband, every time I call him, he's like, oh, is it time? Is it time? I'm like, honey, no, it's not time. We're not having a baby right now. I'm actually just calling him back because he calls me and I'm returning his phone call because I usually miss his calls. I'm like, I'm just returning your phone call. He's like, oh, okay. So anyway, yeah, I am so tired, guys. I really wish I would go lie down. Like, you can see, look at this. This is from last night. I'm so tired. I'm physically exhausted. It's already hard enough to sleep at night. And when my son had a little rough time, like he slept most of the night, he woke up a few times, but regardless of him having a rough time last night, I was just having a rough time. And it's not even physical. Like, it's not physical. Like, everyone's like, oh, just get yourself one of those pregnancy pillows. It'll make you more comfortable. I'm like, I don't need the pregnancy pillow. It's not my belly. My belly doesn't bother me. My belly really isn't that big. I can sleep. I can lie down comfortably. My legs don't bother me. I don't have carpal tunnel anymore. So I used to get that earlier on in pregnancy. Like, nothing bothers me physically. It's not physical. It's all mental. Everything. It's all mental. I cannot, like, mentally, I can't sleep. And I think I've had pregnancy insomnia for a while. I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is, because I literally would just lie awake in bed and roll over and just be like awake. Not even that. It's not even like, it's mental, but it's not like I'm thinking about a lot of stuff. But it's like my brain is just wired. I don't know how to explain it. It's like how you are during the day. How you feel during the day when you're wide awake. And you're just wide awake because you're wide awake, right? It's daytime. That's how I feel at night. I feel like it's not nighttime. My body isn't tired. I'm not sleepy. I'm just not sleepy. So it feels like I drank an entire pot of coffee and then tried to go to bed and then nothing's happening. So it's a little frustrating, but that's why I'm anticipating this girl coming out. I'm like, girl, come on, because I need to get some sleep, because I feel like when she's out, when she's here, I can like start breastfeeding. And we did co-sleep with my first, and we will probably most likely definitely co-sleep with baby girl. But I feel like I got the best sleep when I started co-sleeping with my son. Oh my gosh, best sleep ever. Did not it was good. It was great. So yeah, because she could lie down in bed with me, or he could lie down in bed with me, and he breastfed, and I didn't have to keep getting out of the bed to pick him up out of his bassinet, because he wouldn't sleep in there. He was screaming his head off. My husband and I kept trying to take turns for like the first 2 weeks my husband was on paternity leave. Oh my gosh, but once my husband had to go back to work, it was just me. I was not expecting him to get up in the middle of the night to help with the baby, because he has to drive a truck. I'm not having my husband get into any accidents because he didn't get any sleep. So yes, only problem is my toddler sleeps in bed with us, and he cannot sleep in bed with us when the baby gets here. My husband put together, finally, because I've been asking about it for a while now, put together his bed on the side of my husband, and my toddler doesn't. He's excited about it, but his brain isn't thinking like, this is where I sleep now. And my husband is in charge of transitioning him. And I told my husband, if you don't transition him before the baby comes, you are not sleeping in bed with us. You have to sleep with him in the air mattress in the living room. Because, like, what are we supposed to do? It's not safe for him to be in the bed with the baby. And I know my toddler, he is so used to cuddling and snuggling with me, he is going to want to be right next to me with the baby. And that's just, we can't do that. So, and I need to get sleep, and my husband needs to get sleep because he's working. So I told him, I said, just, if you don't get this done, because he's had plenty of time, we've talked about this for several months, the whole pregnancy, I've been bringing it up. I'm like, listen, we're not all four sleeping in the same bed together. We have a queen bed. It's not happening. No. But he was like, oh, I think he was assuming the baby was going to sleep in the bassinet, because I have the bassinet. I do. I have it right next to the bed, and I will probably try to use it for sure. I'm going to try to use it more than having her sleep in the bed, and see how that goes. I just don't know how it's going to go. If she sleeps easily in her bassinet after she's done breastfeeding, but that's the problem. Like, I don't know if she's going to be the one, that type of baby that has to wake up every 30 minutes, because my son was not breastfeeding every 2 to 3 hours. That wasn't a thing. He was cluster feeding. He was breastfeeding every 30 minutes. So it was unreasonable to think that I was going to keep him in a bassinet and have to keep getting up to breastfeed him. So I just followed the 7 safe sleeping rules, and it worked out perfectly for us. My husband does not roll over in bed. He's a very light sleeper. I'm a very light sleeper. So we didn't do any blankets. We didn't do any pillows. And it's great because it's summertime. We don't need blankets. We don't need any of that stuff. Well, we did pillows, but the pillows were like above where the baby was. So I always kept the baby breast level, or kept my son breast level. So I would keep her breast level. And it was pretty easy. I didn't have a problem. I'd rotate down to feed, and yeah, so. But no, I think I will try to use the bassinet because I do want her to be able to take naps in her bassinet so that I can get things done. Whereas when I was co-sleeping with my son and breastfeeding him during the day, he would just nap on me the whole time after he would breastfeed during the day. And I'd be sitting there for like 2 hours in a chair. That wasn't very comfortable. But I'm going to try to do things a little differently with her. So hopefully she will adjust easily to it. But co-sleeping is the only way I can get sleep. I personally know someone else whose child they didn't co-sleep with, and he's almost 2 years old, and he stays awake. Well, he wakes up constantly all night, she says. They don't co-sleep. But he's old enough where she could bring him in bed with them. So I don't know why she doesn't do it, but I get it. Like, she's probably more anxious about that type of stuff than I was, because I understand, like, the connection of mom and baby. There's a connection there, but you have to be safe. You have to be safe, and if you don't feel like you can be safe, I don't recommend co-sleeping. I knew I could do it. My husband and I could do it. We did it. Our child's fine, but I'm not recommending it for everyone. You have to do the study, the research, figure out for yourself. But a lot of times babies or people that have issues with it, or have had traumatic experiences from, they're really not co-sleeping. They're not doing the safe co-sleeping, no. A lot of those people are unsafely sleeping with their babies, like sleeping on a couch and the baby falling out of their arms, or just, being the type of person that rolls over in bed. Like, you can't be that type of person. Anyway, enough about that. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm tired. I'm really tired. And I feel like I have a lot to do, but I don't have the energy to do it. And yeah, I'm just been sitting down, relaxing. Had an issue with my phone. My phone finally started to charge. We went to run errands. It was raining today, but I didn't have my phone out when I was in the rain. It always stayed in my purse. The charger part stays at the bottom pocket, faces downward. But I came home and was plugging it in because it was at like 15%. My phone kept saying that there was water in the phone. I didn't see that it said water or debris, but I thought it just said water. And I was getting frustrated because every time I plugged it into the charger, any charger, it would give me that message and wouldn't charge. And then I was down to 10%, and so I took my blow dryer and was trying to blow dry it, and nothing was changing. Still kept saying the same thing, like, after 30 minutes. And then I saw the message again, and I was like, okay, it says it might be debris. Tried a little brush thing. I have this little brush that I used for something else, but I didn't pay attention to the fact that it had something stuck to it. Like, the bristles had some stuff on it, and I was using it, and I was like, oh shoot, I should have checked it before I started cleaning. So I cleaned the brush and then tried to use it again. It didn't work. Still said the same thing. And then I got a toothbrush, brushed it out, did a little more blow drying it for like a couple more minutes, and I plugged it in and it's charging. So I was getting a little anxious about that because this is my lifeline. I'm having a home birth, and my husband is on the road, and I have to call him to call the birth. Like, I have a tablet I could use as well, which is nice. Like, I can use it to text and make phone calls too, but I don't know if I can make phone calls if this phone isn't on, because the only reason it's synced to my phone, and I don't know if I turn off my phone. I should test that and see what happens. I won't have a phone. I don't have any like other way to make calls or do any text or anything except for my tablet, and that's not on the network, so it doesn't have an actual phone number to it attached to it. But Samsung has like a setting where you can send your text and phone calls to your tablet, but I've only seen the calls come up with the phone is on. I've never tested it with it off, and I should probably do that later. But I'm just glad it's charged. I just regret that I didn't charge it overnight, because I was like, shoot, I should have charged my phone overnight, because when I left to go run errands, I was only at like 30%. Anyway, I'm rambling, and I am going to probably try to do my prenatal exercises, labor exercises, do those type of things. Get a few other things done before he wakes up, because it's almost time for him to wake up. He's kind of taking a little bit of a later nap than usual. Actually, no, it's only been an hour. He's got another... Oh, he's actually got another 30 minutes to go, because he usually takes a 2-hour nap. But that's it. Anyway, just wanted to talk about just this last stretch of pregnancy. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to be done. So it is it's a little nerve-wracking, because I don't know when she's coming. I don't know. She can come tonight. She can come tomorrow. I mean, she can stay. I just hope I don't go past 40 weeks. That is my prayer. I'm like, please, God, don't let me go past 40 weeks. I can't do it. Okay, so it is June 28th, Saturday, and we are still very much pregnant. My toddler is asleep, and my husband went to work. So just trying to relax and chill. I'm actually letting my toddler sleep longer than usual, because we were out all day. We went to the farmer's market, and then we went to this little lake and had lunch. Had like a picnic lunch, and we were out there for a while. And then my husband stopped because we were driving, and we saw this children's t-ball or children's baseball game happening. And so my toddler is into baseball, likes to watch baseball, and he's got his little t-ball set up and stuff. So he's really interested in baseball. So my husband pulled over and let him watch some of this baseball game. And then we had to go because my husband has to get ready for work. Oh my gosh. The tantrum that ensued in the car, and he screamed his head off for 20 minutes. Whole entire 20-minute drive that we got home. Almost. Maybe more like 18 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes, like right at that last 2 minutes before we got home, he fell asleep. And so my husband drove around the block a little bit because he wanted to make sure he was getting sleep before we got into the house. Transferred him to the bed, and he has been asleep for like 2 hours now. I really should get him up, but I'm going to let him sleep. He needs it. And actually, honestly, lately I've been letting him take longer naps, and it hasn't really affected him going to bed at night. Mostly because we don't have blackout curtains, and it doesn't get dark till 9, so he doesn't go to bed till, or he doesn't go to sleep until 9. I'll have him in bed by like 8, and he'll just be there in bed talking or looking out the window and just doing any and everything. And then he'll finally fall asleep at around 9 o'clock when it's actually dark. So he'll have a pretty decent wake window before it's time for bed. But anyway, yeah, so that was our day. We had a pretty busy day, and I know I just need the time to sit. Like, this last bit of pregnancy has been exhausting. Like, I have felt so tired, so sluggish. I haven't been doing any of my workouts. I was just too tired to do anything. I mean, I still go out with my little one, my toddler, and take him places, take him to the park. We still do things together. And then when my husband has time off, he wants to go do things as a family. So I'm go. Like, I don't get a lot of opportunities to just sit and not do anything. It's very rare. And when my husband gets done with work, like, he wants to relax and chill too, which I feel like, he deserves that. He does work a lot of hours. Sometimes he does get home kind of a little late, in the evening. And he's great with, like, even when he comes home from work, our toddler wants to play with him, and he still plays with him. He still makes time to play with him, which gives me a little bit of time to sit. But I still get the nap time for my son. When he takes his 2-hour nap during the day, that's my time. It goes by so quick. It goes by so fast. It doesn't feel like a break in the day for me. It just honestly doesn't, because a lot of times I end up doing other things like laundry, dishes, whatever, doing some cleaning. But I have been trying to sit more because I have been feeling it. And yeah, so it's been a lot. have to say that, yeah, this has been the hardest part is this last stretch, because it's like she could come any day. She could come any day. And every day I'm just like, I wish she would come today, because I'm just ready to be done with being pregnant. And I just kind of want to move on with the next stage of having an infant, you know, I want to hold my baby. And I actually follow a lot of other people who are pregnant and having babies around the same month and time as me. And some of them had their babies early. And I'm just like, oh. I'm so ready. And I just want to just be done. So, yeah. And it's a lot being pregnant and having a toddler. It is a lot. It's very exhausting. It's a level of exhaustion that I have never experienced in my life. And you guys can see, I'm tired. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is from lack of sleep. And I haven't had much sleep since, like, the second trimester. I've had such bad insomnia. I lie in bed and I'm just awake a lot of times. Or, you know, we still co-sleep with my toddler. So there are times when he wakes up in the middle of the night. And not so much waking up and needing me to comfort him or put him back to sleep. He puts himself back to sleep. But it's like, I wake up when he wakes up. If he wakes up, if I'm drifting off to sleep, I will wake up. Just to check on him, just to see if he's okay, just to make sure he goes right back to sleep. And he generally does. Like, I really don't have to, like, check on him. We've had some nights, you know, if he's sick, he might wake up crying and need to be comforted. And it's not often. Pretty much most nights he's good at, like, just putting himself back to sleep. But it's that connection that I have as a mom. You know, it's like, if you sleep with your babies, your toddlers, when they wake up, you wake up. You just wake up. And so a lot of times it'll be when I'm, you know, I'll be lying in bed and actually finally starting to go to sleep, and he'll wake up. It's like clockwork. I don't even know why it's happening like that, but it happens a lot. I'll be drifting off to sleep, and then all of a sudden I can hear him moving around, and I sit up, I wake up, and I look to see what's going on with him. But yeah, as you can see, I am very tired. I look so tired. And physically, like my body, it's like I have so many Braxton Hicks contractions. There's so much pressure in my pelvis. And it's like when I'm out, I feel so uncomfortable. I just feel so uncomfortable. And this is the most uncomfortable I felt throughout the whole pregnancy. And I'm glad it's like I only have like 11 days left, right, before she's supposed to be due. So she can come any time now. I mean, she could wait. She could delay after 40 weeks. I'm praying to God that she doesn't. But yeah, so like if she comes by her due date, I have 11 days. And yeah, this is just, it's a lot. It really is so much. And my stomach has grown quite a bit. It has. It's grown more since my last photo that I took, because I've been keeping track each month and taking a picture. And I went ahead and took a picture today because I'm like, if this is the last time I get a chance to take a picture, I want to have like my, you know, my 9-month picture taken already. And I don't think my stomach's going to change that much in 10 days. So I went ahead and took a picture today, my final picture. So I really honestly thought she was going to be here a little sooner than 38 weeks. I honestly thought maybe she'd come between 36 and 37, but I'll be 39 weeks in a couple days. So she's definitely hanging in there. She's hanging on, which I'm glad. Like, I'm not complaining that she's not here earlier. I am not used to this third trimester. Like, this is my first experience, as I mentioned before, but I'm glad because she's gonna be like where she needs to be. And babies are supposed to come when they come, you know, right? They signal to our bodies when they're fully developed and ready to come. So I'd rather that than to like force anything. And I've been seeing like a lot of videos about how to naturally induce your baby to come, and a lot of women talking about dates and raspberry tea. And I was doing that earlier on, but I actually didn't know that was to induce. I thought I read about raspberry tea and eating dates as a way to like help with easier labor or something like that. So that's why I was taking it and doing it. And I'm like, I'm really confused. Like, So I really feel like none of those things really actually work. It's even like stretch mark creams. Like a lot of women are like, oh, you know, I did this and I put this on my belly. This they don't work. It's genetic. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say. But yeah, I just wanted to do another little video because this might be the last time I have time to journal my pregnancy. And I just wanted to document how I feel. I'm tired. So someday when my daughter looks back at this, I'll be like, yeah, you held out way longer than your brother did. You and him are not the same. This pregnancy's definitely different. It's interesting because my sister-in-law is also pregnant. I don't know if I've mentioned that. And she's 2 weeks behind me. But she says both of her pregnancies are the same. Like, she doesn't notice a difference in this pregnancy or in her last. And she has a boy the first one. I actually think she's going to have a boy the second time. I do. I don't think her second one's a girl. I could be wrong. And I don't know. I'm not saying this in a way that's like, I've had like prophetic dreams before of other friends. Like, I've known like this person was pregnant, what they were having, and I could confidently say that this is what they were having. Because I actually am hoping she has a girl. So that kind of mixes with it a little bit because we're both pregnant. We both had boys to start with, and I'm kind of hoping we are both having girls, and she's waiting to find out. So that's the only reason why for me it's like I can't say it. If I say she's having a girl, it would be because I want her to have a girl. But I have a feeling that she's going to have a boy. And I don't know. I don't think she cares if she has a boy or a girl. But I really do think she's having a boy. We'll see. But then she said that both of her pregnancies were very much the same. So I'm like, maybe you are having a boy. But for me, these pregnancies were not the same. And I don't have anything to compare a third trimester to, but yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna probably get some food made because I know my son's gonna be hungry when he wakes up. And then just relax a little bit more before he gets up. But hopefully in the next video that I make is me saying I had my baby. Probably won't make a video until like a week after she's born. So yeah, if I don't make another one after this, then I probably have had the baby. Hopefully. Let's pray. Oh, I really want her to come. I just want to hold her. Every time I see other people with their babies and they like just have them, I'm like, I just want to hold her. And when she's moving around and kicking and stuff, I'm like, can you just come out? But soon, she's coming soon.